Oh shit, my face is ashy.
Everything, by the way. I'm Q,
I'm Teddy.
and this is The Farm.
Could use a little lotion on this shit. Y'all in here? It's
Yeah,
early.
it is early. Welcome back, guys. We got a couple topics. One particular is, as you can see from the title, is The Protector. And then we also going to be
The
talking
alleged
about
predator.
the alleged predator. Correct.
Yeah, use those words.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in and go ahead, Teddy.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Unless you lived on the rock and don't access social media, within the last 10 days, Bill Cosby has been released from prison. And all his charges are now thrown out.
You know, I've been hearing that he cut a deal or something to get out. Right?
Oh no, he didn't. Didn't cut a deal to get out early and stuff like that. That way to cut a deal when you're allegedly your alleged victim and stuff like that. Okay, so here's what happened. It's all the information I've gathered. So back in 2015, his latest accuser and stuff like that. They were taking him to court and stuff like that, and he cut a deal, a written signed deal agreement with that DA at the time. That if he signed an affidavit and stuff like that, they'll take the case to civil court. And he won't get prosecuted.
Okay.
So he agreed to pay this woman. That's what civil court is about. Civil court is about coming to agreement who to blame and stuff like that and damages.
Right.
So he paid this woman damages. You know what I'm saying, and whatever amount that was for him not to be prosecuted as a criminal. Right. And it's all agreed upon.
Right.
So then that DA lost re-election. So then his opponent in that election got assigned and then decided they were going to charge Mr. Cosby Dr. Cosby with the crime of sexual misconduct. And then during this case and stuff like that, sealed. The case was sealed. The case was sealed with the civil suit and stuff like that.
Right.
They used that in the case, which was supposed to have been legally sealed. They unsealed it, showed it to the public, to everyone. It was on the news and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is illegal.
There was some real great shit going on there. Yeah. And then had 5 of his accusers on trial testimony as the character witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you end up doing the 3 years, because he was given 3 to 10 years. And when I heard that shit, I was like, he gone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the last time we're gonna hear of Cosby. He ain't gonna make it. He's over 80 years old. He's legally blind and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then all that's a lot of stress to go through being arrested. I remember one time I got taken out of a hobby shop in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? You know, the sleep I lost with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you was arrested?
No, I was not arrested.
Exactly.
I was detained.
I know the situation, but I mean, for the audience, they don't understand. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So
that stopped me from going back to hobby shops for almost a year.
Right.
Shit was very, very embarrassing. What happened was, we're on the subject.
Yeah,
like that.
I wanted you to dive into it. That was you see how I did that? So intelligent to segue into that. Go ahead.
That shit was crazy. So, it was late in the evening. I used to babysit a lot for my grandmother and stuff. So, when I babysit, she agreed to pay me, you know what I'm saying? So she paid me. I grabbed my baby brother, because he wanted to get into the hobbies I do and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll take it with me and stuff like that. I had enough money to feed both of us just in case we got hungry. That was always the contingency. There you go.
Contingency.
Of me taking him to hobby shops, because I want to take him if he's going to be hungry and I can't feed him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me, I'll survive until I get back home. You know what I'm saying? So we went up there and stuff like that. all the people that I hung out with, they there. We all greet each other. I gave him some cards and a deck box. So go ahead, have fun. You know what I'm saying? There are other small children there because these games are designed for 5-year-olds to get started in these games and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead. So there was a kid. I think at the time I had to be like 16. I had to be I had to be over 20. I think I was like over 20 and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm there and I see the kid. He had to be like 14 or 15 because there was a shop in Pastimes, not in Niles called Pastimes. He would be there every Sunday when we went and stuff like that. You know, white kid. So one day, I guess he decided he was going to slum it and come to the city and compete and stuff like that. And he had a max rarity X-Saber Lightsworn deck. We talking about a couple of grand.
Okay.
In a deck box between the extra deck and the main deck. That's like that's over $1,000 worth of cards just in that deck box.
Sure.
So we're there, we're competing, you know what I'm saying, go round and round and round and stuff like that.
And so for people who don't know, that's 60 cards to a deck, correct?
Maximum 60, but
Maximum
you want to play
60.
40. You want to play 40 card main deck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's for maximum consistency.
So for the lay person, we're talking about anywhere between 40 and 80 cards is in the deck.
Maximum 60 cards in the deck box. That's 40 cards. No, that's maximum. I'm sorry. That's maximum 70 cards in the deck box. That's equaling over $1,000. You know, so that 40 card main deck, 15 side, 15 extra. So that's 70 cards.
Imagine opening up a pack of playing cards where you're gonna play, let's say spades, and that amount of card, which is 52, are worth $1,000. So that's what we're talking about. So we're talking about grand larceny, basically.
Yeah, I think at the time grand larceny was over $300. So, you know, so we there and stuff like that. I didn't compete. I went to try to sell cards. You know, and I made a lot of money just sitting there. Hey, you got these? And I show them my binder, and they like, what you want for them? You know, so I'm there. I'm sitting with my group of friends, my little brother, running around the shop playing and stuff like that. So we heard a little bit of a commotion and stuff like that. We look over, ain't think nothing of it. Went back to talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And the storekeeper, he gestured, he called me, and I look over, he like, come here. And I went in the shop and stuff like to the desk and stuff like that. And the guy's $1,000+ deck is now missing. Somewhere along the line, he left on the table.
Sharks in the water.
Turned his back and stuff like that. And when he looked for it again, it's gone. Right?
They got him slipping.
Caught him slipping. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest problems with these games and stuff like that because it's money based.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like
there's a value system. You have to be careful. Not everyone is as honest as you when you get there. And so if you leave your stuff down, you have to be prepared. Very harsh lesson to learn at the time, I'm sure. Very painful lesson to have $1,000+ worth of product
just
stolen from you.
Just in a deck. Yeah, that's just a deck.
So
you know,
and then they took all of his stuff, right?
No, just the deck.
Just the deck.
Because he messed up, left on the table. You know what I'm saying? He's not there with a group of friends. His daddy brought him. His daddy sitting around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These are white people from the suburbs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the hood in that neighborhood, we mostly had Hispanics and white people. I mean, Hispanics and black people at that shop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's the demographic. Now, let's get back to how you end up in handcuffs. Though.
Well, yeah. He called me to the desk and stuff like that. He was like, "Did you see a black deck box or something like that?" I'm like, "No." You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the back with the people that I usually sit there with and stuff like that. So then we look at the camera and stuff like that, and it showed my little brother who was playing with another little kid and stuff like that near his table, not with him, not by him and stuff like that, but at the same table and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you start seeing people leave. You know, people start leaving the shop and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, yeah, I cooperate. Like, I called my little brother over and stuff like that, open up his deck about, there's a bunch of damaged cards that I couldn't sell. So I gave it to him, you know, so he could feel part of this community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I had a younger brother who was his older brother. I took him with me all the time and stuff like that, and he enjoyed it and stuff like that. So my baby brother, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? let's go. Let me get you into loving this hobby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I cooperated and stuff like that. So I go back to where I was sitting at and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, shorty lost that fucking lights on that and shit like that. They like, damn, man, that shit was expensive as fuck. First editions, ultimate rares and stuff like that. I'm like, that was expensive fucking deck. Right now, that deck would be worth like 5 times that now.
So we're talking about something it was worth $1,000 then, is now worth $6,000 now.
Possibly more because he had first edition Black Road Dragon, Ultimate Rare, first edition Starter Dragon. I think a first edition Ultimate Rare Starter Dragon and stuff like that. No, that wasn't max rarity then, because max rarity is Ghost. But still, that's still that's second to the higher rarity. That card, Ultimate Rare Starter First Edition, is like, I want to say that's like $1,200 by itself. I think Black Road Ultimate Rare First Edition $800. So
we're talking about $2,000, 2 cards.
Yes,
that's $2,000 for 2 cards right now.
2 of the 70 cards in the freaking deck box.
Yeah. So that hurts. But all right, so
I go back to where I was sitting, still taking jokes stuff like that. So the kid walk over to the table and say, "Hey, can I look inside your book bag?" I'm like, "No." So I'm like, I look at my friend look at me and shit like that. We like, no. He's like, please. I'm like, no. Like, I've already cooperated with you, your father, and Eric. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stood there.
So he singled you out of all the other people in there.
But of course, like I said, majority of the customers, we were Hispanic and Black.
True, but it seems like you got signaled out twice to me though, for some reason. Well, they called you over. You cooperated. They clearly rolled the camera back, and you.
And I explained, like, my little brother is like fucking 6. You know what I'm saying? He don't know anything about value. He wouldn't take your cards. Like, I called Lewis over and I opened up the box of shit and showed him, like, yeah, it's just a bunch of damaged cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get him start loving this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's okay. You say no.
So he was like, "Can I please look inside your back?" Now I'm getting annoyed because then he's standing over me and stuff like that. As I look inside my book bag, I'm like, "No, you cannot look inside my book bag. I've cooperated with you, your father, and Eric and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my property. I'm telling you, no, you cannot look inside. So please get away from me," because he's he was standing over me and stuff like that. So I'm still mad at my business. So police show up. So 2 officers show up, 2 Hispanic officers, a male and a female, show up and stuff like that. My book bag is on the floor and stuff like that. So the male officer asked me to stand up and stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh, ain't this some shit?" You know what I'm saying? So then he took me over to the vending machine, asked me to put my hands on the vending machine and started frisking me. He started frisking me. When he frisked me, he grabbed my dick. And I'm like, "Whoa," you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, he touched my penis. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, sometimes people hide stuff there. I'm also like, ain't nothing hidden in my penis. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then he did it again. I'm like, "Hey, I don't mind you frisking me and stuff like that, but stop touching my penis." You know what I'm saying?
He was getting off.
You know what I'm saying? He did it more than once. You know what I'm saying? And now, my little brother is there. My baby brother is watching this happen. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention all the people that I've created these relationships with. You know what I'm saying? Is watching me being frisked and being groped. You know what I'm saying? So then he thought, "Hey, stand still, or I'm gonna charge you with indecent exposure or some shit like that." I'm like, "You're touching my penis." You know what I'm saying? There's little girls here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he like, "Be quiet" and stuff like that, or "I'm taking you downtown." I'm like, "Man, if you touch my dick one more time, you're taking me to dinner." And that's when he put me in cuffs and took me out of the motherfucking place and shit. Outside, he frisked me again and grabbed my dick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "You should have kissed me first." You know what I'm saying? And
so you couldn't shut up.
No, he had pissed me off. I did nothing wrong. And then on top of that, they legally searched my bag. Now, here's the note and stuff like that. There was porn in my bag. Carried my book bag with me everywhere I went, stuff like that.
He was a perv.
No, because like the bootleg man and stuff like that. I used to buy pirated, DVDs and shit like that, and it'd be like $3 for $10. And I had most of the movies already. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I got a spare $10, I'm gonna give me some movies, give me something, to watch and stuff like that. And then they had the deal 3 for $10, so I get 2 movies. I like.
He went in your bag first. He saw you had that porn. He was like, "Well, for a good time, it wasn't a real cop. That was a stripper."
Yeah,
it was a stripper. No, but keep going. Seriously though, because we get way off topic. But the long story short is, they discovered nothing of foul play with you and had to release you, right?
Well, yeah. No, what he did, he gave me a bogus court date.
A bogus court date? What do you mean?
He told me, he gave me, he's like, you got to appear in court on this date and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
You went to court?
I went to the courthouse.
And what happened?
He was like, there's no case for that. Like, I'm like, duh.
Yeah, that was a stripper. It was a mail order stripper.
Not with a police car. Not with an actual, he put me in the back of the police car.
Hey, like I can't wrap a car. You know what I used to
No. That was an actual police car. You make jokes and stuff like that, but it was a real. Man, that stopped me.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. You can go to the police auction and buy one of those cars without the police package for about $1,500.
This was some serious trauma for me. You know what I'm saying? That stopped me from.
Man, listen, that happened years ago.
No. But you don't understand. That stopped me from making money.
The little brother he's talking about is now 21 years old. So. Do the math on that. I remember when this happened.
No.
And yes, it was traumatic then. Let it go.
No.
You hold on to stuff.
No. People still remember that. There was a video with a British man where he was getting frisked and stuff like that. And he said also, hey, I don't mind you frisking me, but you're touching my penis. And everyone remember that. You know what I'm saying? That stopped me from going to the shop for over a year. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone I know that I've created relationships with.
Man, I'm trying to make light of the situation. I understand how. Damn it, we discussed this.
You know,
but shit, this is our podcast.
It's about. Also, this is about showing how police they abuse their power and stuff like that.
Yeah, but anyone in power, they say power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
now how do we tie this in?
A saying is not the same thing.
It's practice. The saying, it comes from the practice of it.
Yeah, but anyway, that stopped me from, going back to these shops and stuff like for over a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like the storekeep actually gave me a copy of the video. You know what I'm saying? Because he a very political person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
here's my thing. How do that tie in? Let's talk about how that tie in, because we segued it quite a bit from what the topic was the predator, if you will.
Okay, no, this is about Cosby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Dr. Cosby and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So now when the Cosby shit happened and stuff like that, and they kept talking about, oh damn. By the time it was like 20 plus alleged victims and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
And he was convicted on hearsay. That's what I don't get. Like, okay, I don't make light of the situation in terms of the victims, who absolutely we have to recognize for something like this. But at the same time, something that happened, and let's say the statute of limitations
40 plus years ago. Okay. Yeah. That's the
most of them.
That's the earliest accusation that happened 40 plus years ago. There's a statute of limitations on sexual assault, right? So a lot of that stuff he couldn't even be tried for. Absolutely not. Right. But we got the cancel culture and stuff like that, in the Me Too movement and stuff like that, where women have weaponized. Oh, also I've experienced this and stuff like that, and then there's now you got to be in due process. You know what I'm saying? The Harvey Weinstein and stuff like that really made the shit just bloom. You know what I'm saying? It was unchecked. You know what I'm saying? So it was statute of limitation. So just like our title, were the people who tried to convict them, were they protecting the general public, or they was
were they predators
predating on the fact that now that Cosby is not as wealthy as he once was, who's not as
popular and upstanding,
also as insulated. You know what I'm saying? Because Johnny Cochran is gone and stuff now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The greatest defense lawyers and stuff like that are now gone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, were these people now predating on him? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's older. You know what I'm saying? He can't sit here and go through all this stuff over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're young, you like, come on, I'm ready for a fight. When you get older, you like that. Hey man, how can we make this go away?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How can we
Absolutely.
settle? Because that's exactly what he did. That's why if the DA was like, all right, well, let's take it to civil court, and she got awarded damages and stuff like that. And it's supposed to be sealed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
But then the DA,
You know, it's a disservice. You know, I don't. If he did this, you know, he deserved all the punishment that he's supposed to have had in the eyes of the law at the time of the law could afford it. But we're talking about a man that for most Black Americans look up to. They looked up to him. We looked up to him because especially when you're talking about his comedy, right? A man that rarely used curse words. He didn't use any profanity in his sets that show a positive side to Black America. We didn't see the thugs and the hooligans or all of the
stereotypes.
Yeah, the stereotypical Black person.
That's why he was so popular, because he wasn't the norm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was, and at the time, man, he was loved by all. He was white people famous, meaning that he didn't do any wrong in their eyes. But now, you know, he's out of the limelight, and like you say, he's in his 80s. It's okay for them to drag him through the mud because his peers are mostly gone.
Well, you know, and also because again, this happened way back when. Okay, so now consent is a real hot topic now.
Yes.
Right? You know, consent is a real. You know, there is literally no way to gauge consent during the act of sex. So that's why there's all kind of studies and stuff going on right now and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a real hotbed at the colleges and stuff like that. Because literally, it takes a split second for a woman to say, "I'm not enjoying this," or "I don't want this," for her to be like, oh, well, "My consent ended," even though she could be completely complicit in the act and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they literally have apps. You know what I'm saying? And they say that they also are seeing these stupid ass documentaries talk about even during the act of sex, you should be asking, "Do you consent? Is this okay?" I mean, who the fuck does that? If you could talk during sex or so like that,
it's not enjoyable for neither one of you.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty. You know what I'm saying? If you could perform complete
every 5 minutes, yeah. Is this okay? By the way, you know how much that would turn the woman off. Then then it's over with.
Oh yeah, that'll break my muscle. That'll break my erection.
Yeah, we got to do that every 5 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so. Oh, it's over with. We might as well. Let's go do something else. Are you hungry? We got to feed her or something.
Yeah. So
I left $40 on the nightstand.
A lot of these women and stuff like that.
I don't pay for it, by the way.
A lot of these women were groupies. You know what I'm saying? These women who knew Cosby was married and still wanted to entertain his attention. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time and stuff like that.
And then the type of drugs we're talking about, like Quaaludes, right?
You know, that's the thing. That's the difference between
that was
Cosby. See, Cosby and stuff like that, he wasn't a coke addict. So a lot of these entertainers and stuff like that, they get strung out on coke, and that's what ages them and destroys them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Cosby and the people who's up in his age group and stuff like that, you know, Hugh Hefner, who passed a few years ago and stuff like that, their party drug was Quaaludes. You know what I'm saying? It's a sleep aid.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, they explain to you what a Quaalude is. It's a sleep aid. But people learn how to abuse it by not going to sleep and taking alcohol with it. You get a kick-ass high. Very clean. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how him and several of celebrity friends and people who...
That's how they party.
That's how they party. You know what I'm saying? So also, that's how the women party. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, take this, baby. You know what I'm saying? What is it? It's going to make you feel good.
Quaaludes is the Molly of today. If you're a pill popper, then you wanted Quaaludes.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how you party. You party with Quaaludes. It's a sleep aid.
You know, I hear he's going on tour now.
Explain what happened.
Yeah. And people are, he's doing a comedy tour. And people are having mixed feelings on it. Oh, man, Twitter be blowing up every day. I heard it on the radio. Oh, man, like he shouldn't do this. Okay, well, he got to get 3 years of his life back.
Yeah.
and make the money that he lost. I mean, them lawyer fees has to be ridiculous. Okay, you a Bill Cosby? He need a lawyer? I'm on my way. They were bidding to get his business. Okay, so to get some of that money back, because he's 80. What is he? 83?
I think 82.
82? He's 82 years old. So he's not doing this for
No,
him.
he's older than that. I think he was 80 something when he got convicted.
Okay, let's say he's 85, 86.
Yeah.
We can look this up. I don't even know why we debating this.
Yeah. You know, I wholeheartedly said, oh man, he's not gonna make it out. 3 to 10 years, he already over 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's it. He got to spend the rest of his life in prison if he survives it. You know what I'm saying? To the whole 10 years. You know, then they just revealed that his conviction was overturned and stuff like that. Yeah.
Bill Cosby is 83 years old.
83 years old.
Like I said.
Well,
I knew I saw it somewhere. But anyway, he's 83 years old. He's not doing this for himself. He still has children and grandchildren that eat off his labor, off his efforts, right? Mm-hmm. So he's not doing this for him just solely for himself, simply because he has a responsibility. And this is one of the men who has put black men and women in college. He paid for college. He supported them. He actually allowed them on his show so that they can make a living.
He also supported several civil rights leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby had literally changed the lives, not just for the people who watch them on television, but literally for us as a people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was instrumental in the positive perception of black people in media.
I think he paid for Rosa. He paid for Rosa Parks lawyer fees. I believe that's what happened.
Well, look it up. We ain't got to guess. That's why
no, I think I saw something.
You saw it?
Yeah, I thought.
Well, let's get our facts right. Yeah. No, man, but
Go ahead.
I'm trying to get this thought down. I often I feel like fame and fortune is a double-edged sword. I mean, they say more money, more problems, right? But when you're in the limelight, you have more problems because you allow people inside your personal life, inside of your happenings and your doings and your movements. And the problem is that everyone has an opinion now. Everyone has a platform where you're no longer galvanized by not knowing. The media is going to drag you through. And if enough people jump on the bandwagon, you are guilty until proven innocent. So the problem comes that though you did some good, it don't matter because now that cloud of negativity is going to be over you.
No, so the lawsuit, Andrea Constand, $3.4 million in the civil suit.
So he paid $3.4 million and still went to prison for that. Well, I mean, there's a pro and con to that because paying is like saying you're guilty in some people's eyes.
Yeah.
So in some people's eyes, because he paid that, which I can understand why you would just want to, settle it or something like that
in a civil court and not take it to trial because that's less public.
Well, it's not just less public; it's less expensive than you having to consistently pay your lawyer to keep going and drown this out, and then you come out far worse.
But at the same time, if let's say he took it to open court and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And he won, he gets nothing for it. And now it's out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Now it's out there. This information out there. But if he, because usually when you settle in civil court and stuff like that, usually there's a disclosure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Only reason we know and stuff like that because the fucking judge opened up the sealed document and showed everybody, made it public. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking of judges, what do you think of this? So I was reading up on this story. This man, he had a son with a woman. It didn't work out, and he was ordered to pay child support and have visitation rights. Now, they don't really say what his visitation rights were, but and they didn't put the dollar amount of what his it's
already sound like a raw deal already.
Yeah. So they didn't put in the documentation what he was ordered to pay in child support. But But this man says, you know what? Whatever that was is too low. So he actually cut a check for $3,000 in the name and made it out to the his child's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually asked her, "Can I see him more?" He wanted to be a part of his son's life.
Right.
He's working hard. He's making a little bit more money, whatever. So he wants to make sure that his son is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they went back to court, and all of this information was disclosed, the female judge actually ordered him in contempt for paying more in child support and for desiring to want to be a part of his life, his son's life more. He was ordered to spend 6 months in prison. I think tomorrow he's going to turn himself in. His lawyer, he actually walked out the court when she.
And that's probably why she judged him with contempt.
No. She ordered him in contempt, and then he walked out. He went there, and after that he went and got his lawyer. Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for my kid. I'm a part of his life. I'm making sure that I can instill values. And for some reason, because he was paying more, he wanted to be more involved in his son's life. They ordered him in contempt. She ordered him to do 6 months.
It seemed like there's some detail missing from that. But from the information you gave me and stuff like that, it seems very unfair. It seems like a very unfair, unjust system that child support stuff is. How I can't understand how he could be sentenced to do time for being a part of his child's life. The whole purpose of child support is to get the support a child needs and stuff like that in the absence of his father. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But this is opposite from the case. I'm telling you, it is very, very strange. And they had to put it up.
I'm pretty sure
I'll get the information.
Yeah, there's some details.
No, it's not. No,
it's just strange.
Serious. The man said
even with female
he said his jaw dropped when he heard that she was sentencing him. Like, I'm confused because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and then some. He's going above and beyond. But you know, it's crazy, right? Because I remember we have a brother who went when he got divorced, and prior to during their separation, he was paying every single week. Remember that?
Yeah, he was.
He was paying every single week.
He was giving her
cash in hand, and still buying clothing, shoes, whatever his son needed. And when they went to court and she was fighting him on child support, the judge looked at her like, "Lady, you're crazy." It's like he has all the receipts for everything, all of the transactions that he was sending out, all of the receipts for clothing, for food, for entertainment, for all his wants and needs. He brought and presented all of that to the judge. Like, I'm confused why I'm being ordered to pay child support, because I'm still supporting him now, even through all of this. And no one told him that. He just wanted to be a good father. He figured if he can't be there in person, he might as well be there financially,
and as much as he could.
And yeah, absolutely. He was just out of the military and trying to transaction back to a civilian life or whatever. And so he was paying and making sure he was taken care of financially.
Also, that's a little more to that caveat, because there was a lot more going on other than he didn't want to be with her or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
she had a very controlling family.
Absolutely.
And the family
stole from him.
Stole a lot of money from him.
Stole a lot
of money from him. And they used her they weaponized her against him.
Yes.
And unfortunately, she is how can I put it where it's not, disrespectful. She's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on the spectrum.
She is. So but my point is, in that situation, the judge looked at all of these factors and was like, "Lady, something is wrong here."
It wasn't her. It wasn't her doing it. It was her family.
Well, of course it was her family. But,
but you got to put it like that, because now the way you told them so like that, it makes it where she's trying to weaponize.
Well, she has some kind. Listen, even being on the spectrum, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even that, there were situations that I know about that far removed from the family she was involved in, and she did. So
yeah, but at the same time, so like that, you didn't live with her. I lived with her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So whenever she get upset, she get on the phone with her family, and they were like, you should do this, you should do that. Because she'll get up and she'll go up to the room and close the door and stuff like that, be on the phone with her family and stuff like that. And they would coach her, this is what you do, this is what you're supposed to do and stuff like that, because she didn't have independent thoughts. You know what I'm saying? She was on the spectrum, like I said, she was on the spectrum and stuff like that. So she needed guidance in a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even my grandma used to tell her, hey, you're supposed to bathe every day, not just, every couple days. Like, you're a woman and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She grown. You know what I'm saying? She's in her 20s, but she's in her early 20s. You know what I'm saying? But she don't have the at the time when it happened and stuff like that. She was in her early 20s, like 20, 21 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? She needed that guidance to be told, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you clean up. This is how you do this. She had to be trained because her family just used her as a source of income, to our knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Didn't let her do anything. Didn't let her have any independence and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just milk the benefit of her being alive. So again,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
then
long story short,
like that,
the court don't know this information.
Yes.
Right. Obviously. And so someone had to coach her to be like, well, you need child support. And so
of course she went there and so
she went there, requested child support, and actually not only did they granted her child support, yes, but they ordered him to not pay every single week, to pay on a monthly basis, and to pay 50% less of what he was doing per week.
He was giving her money too.
He was giving her money too.
And then he was paying for everything for our nephew and stuff like that. Everything he needed.
Everything.
If he said he wanted this, he got it.
He got it.
And then he took cabs. He took cabs to get over and give her this stuff and give him this stuff. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he didn't even know how to take the bus. He didn't take buses.
Yeah.
He walked everywhere. When we lived on the south side, he walked every fucking where.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't know how to take a bus? He's like, nah. I was like, what? Like, you never took a bus before?
But I guess my question is, in both of those situations, right? In both scenarios where we're talking about the two men being able to provide and protect their offspring.
And also, then you got to look at it, is these systems predatory?
Absolutely. Because now we're talking about a system and situations that are not protective to the kids, to the child. Two situations.
They're predatory to the men who help bring these, because, I saw a statement that says, a woman said, I have a portal that brings life into this world. Respect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You lower your voice when you talk to me. But then I had a friend, an associate rather, who said, like, wait, that ain't fucking right. Like, nothing inside the woman reproductive system is actually alive.
Mm.
The man, like, there's literally living semen inside us.
Absolutely.
Right now. Literally living and striving.
Every 24 hours, bro. Every 24 hours.
So he was like, no, men have the portal of freaking life. Women are just the door.
Yes.
And I'm like, damn, I ain't never think about it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, is those systems predatory toward men, or are they protecting children? You know what I'm saying? Because we know there are people who will weaponize child support against men.
Oh, absolutely. This is a regular thing in the community, especially in our community.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you don't want to be with me, or you want to find happiness with somebody else, child support.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hurt your pocket, and then gonna
not even just that. Think about this situation, if you will.
Okay.
So it was a father. He on child support, has visitation 2 times, 3 times a week, whatever. Where his son, who is 6 at the time, comes to visit him. Then the guy has a 1-bedroom apartment. Right. He don't need 2. His son is 6 years old, and so up until a point, the mother was fine with it. Now the father moves on, finds another lady who happened to move in. They move in together into his 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
Now she's pissed. She don't want the son to be there simply because when his son comes over, he has a 1-bedroom apartment. So the son sleeps in the bed with his father and the girlfriend. He's 6 though. He's 6 years old.
That's still a little weird.
Hold on. Now the father expressed that no, he do not sleep in the bed. This is her perception.
Yeah.
He do not sleep in the bed. I have a whole front room with a let out couch, and so I'm in medicine time, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a caretaker on the side.
Okay.
I need that.
I ain't judging you.
Yeah, you are. Look at his face. Look at his face.
No, man, you literally just told me to.
No, that alarm goes off every single day.
Yeah, don't say it where you mess up the plot. Come on now, this is a commercial. We don't need commercials doing the story.
Listen, with that note, please like, share, and subscribe. Help us grow this channel. We appreciate.
I don't ask nobody none of that shit. You be on it.
Yeah, he don't do it.
I don't do it. But I share all our content.
He do. Like he share.
But I don't never ask doing the video.
Yeah.
I don't never be like, hey, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we need you. You need your help, stuff like that. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you think of me? That's what you think of me?
Hey, sure. I did that shit when I was in Wisconsin. They got a kick out of this shit. Oh, you motherfuckers racist.
Oh, yeah. Look at this jig.
No, because I had on my white chef coat and a hat and stuff like that.
No.
Hello, children. They love it. They fucking love it. But you know, crazy. They were thinking it.
Yeah, exactly what it was.
They were thinking the whole time. I'm up there making steaks and shit.
The chocolate saucy balls.
Yeah, man. They were thinking it. They were like, oh my God, that's great.
Do you flip pancakes?
They were thinking the whole time, like, this fat motherfucker like chef. I did it. They were like, oh my God.
Somebody threw $1 at you.
I wish they had.
But anyway, yeah, so the son sleeps, he has a let-out couch. He sleeps there. But the problem for the mother is that the girlfriend. So it has nothing to do really with the son being exposed to this situation, which the guy's, he's involved.
Mm-hmm.
He makes sure that he's taken care of. But her problem is the lady. Yeah. And so because of that, she weaponizes the perception of visitation against the guy because she don't want the son to be around this woman. She's never met her. She just heard about her. Yeah. You know what I mean? So in the situation,
be careful too. I'm sorry.
Go.
You gotta be careful, man, with these baby mamas and stuff like that, because some dudes use their baby mama as a source of sex. You know what I'm saying? So, that carries a lot of emotion.
Of course. Well, I don't know that situation. I don't know the background of that. Yeah. And absolutely, that could be the situation.
Because while he was single, I know she can imagine that, he out there doing the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now she knows.
Yeah.
That's where he's slanging that thing. Then she's like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't in the back of my head. It's in the front. You know what I'm saying? I can see this now.
I see what you did. Yeah. So you brought up Smokey a couple times before we hit it.
No, that wasn't the point. That wasn't even the point. They see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You pointed. That's the third time you pointed.
No. That wasn't even the point. You know what I'm saying?
The fourth time. Keep going.
It was the metaphor, back of the head, front of the head. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I thought that was a slick shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought about it for a split second. I did shit. Now you're making something else. Anyway.
Okay, but anyway, back to the front hit head.
Think, Mark. Think. Yeah, man. I had to wear me a hat, man. My line ain't on point, boy. I already got a weird shaped head and shit like that. And, I wasn't no difficult baby. They had the girl that suction device to get me out. I was like, no. Never put my head back together. They was like, oh, he'll be fine. Give him care. My line is just all fucked up. I got two, they call it swirl. I got one in the front and one in the back. So then you gotta cut my hair you gotta be real careful. You ever had that barber like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, you done fucked up, son. I'm like, all right, just don't push my line back too far.
All right, you done?
Yeah.
Cool. So check it out. Other night we're talking to a gentleman.
My best friend.
Yeah.
My best bud. Been friends with him since the third grade. We became friends because we had a mutual enemy. Is that weird? We had a mutual enemy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, now you know. Now you know how me and Chris became best friends. Me, Chris, and Robert. Because we was in the third grade. Now they live down the street from us. They live on 18th and Springfield. You know what I'm saying? And I had seen them. All gathered because I used to walk the neighborhood looking for abandoned houses and shit. So I had seen them before. You know what I'm saying? And I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? Because I barely walked on the street.
It's like, look at that little bum
Well,
coming out the abandoned houses with weird shit like
Nah,
dogs.
nah,
I remember you brought home that damn Doberman, and she was a female. Used to mount all the boy dogs.
she was dominant.
She was very dominant.
But yeah, I didn't find that in the abandoned house. That shit was in somebody's yard. I'm like, oh, really?
I found out your daddy used to do that.
Well, you steal dogs?
Yeah, steal people dogs. Stop. Come on, you coming home with me now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they trained him up, and they would obey him. He was a...
Yeah, but if the motherfucking dog running around strays and shit like that,
I'm not talking about strays. We're talking about some other people's dogs.
Talk about going in their yard and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Weirdos.
Where you think you get them border collies from? You know what I'm saying?
Those are pretty dogs.
It was a gorgeous fucking dog. Them motherfuckers look like Lassie, both of them bitches.
Yeah.
He had 2 female border collies.
Long, fluffy hair. They were sisters.
Yeah, man. That motherfucker look just like Lassie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Both of them motherfuckers. Couldn't tell them apart.
Nope.
Princess and Missy or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you could because it was one spot that was different.
I ain't paying no attention.
I did. That's how I knew it was different.
But
anyway.
Glasses, so.
Hey, man, don't you bring up... I just needed some corrective, you know what I'm saying, goggles. And that didn't last long, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you bring up no goddamn glasses on.
I'm just saying, you saw better than me. That's all. I'll give you a compliment. Jesus.
No, because I know what you do. He got a picture of me. One picture, the first and only time I took a picture with those
glasses. Come on, up here.
They weren't that thick. They weren't
shit like a
thick.
disguise.
They weren't that thick at all. He exaggerated.
I walk in the living
room. Who the hell walks around with those glasses that big?
I'm like, those prescriptions definitely not for a child. I'm like, excuse me, sir.
Anyway, back to the story.
Oh, that's my brother. Yeah, the little, Jimmy used to dress so weird as fuck, man.
Oh, yeah.
She used to put button-ups and fucking sweaters on us. I'm like, how you got a button-up and a fucking sweater on? It's hot in the summertime.
It was hot.
You know what I'm saying? My Jimmy was crazy, man. That
was that Southern dress.
No, she watched that TV and she like, that'd be cool
Mr.
shit.
Belvedere.
Yeah, man.
That motherfucker always had a sweater on. It don't matter what happened.
I got smart.
It was 95 degrees outside.
Shorty, kids are mean, boy. Them motherfuckers come at you, boy.
See, I was smart because when I got away, like I keep clothes at other people's house.
I had to do. I had to start taking. I carry a book bag with me.
Clothes at other people's house. Take my glasses off.
Had to get smart. Soon I hit the alley and shit like that. Man, that shit coming right off. You know what I'm saying? That belt coming off too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She didn't want to sag and shit, but that belt came off, man. I was like, man, this belt. It's riding kind of high, and them motherfuckers sweating.
Remember that scene from Notorious when he go on top of that roof? He changed up everything. That's kind of like me, but it wasn't a roof. We had a little clubhouse.
I got it now.
Had a go bag. It was like a go bag.
I grabbed me a shirt. I did the snuff session. Yeah, it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be close enough to tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I forgot where we were going. Oh yeah, back with Robert Creed.
Yeah. So
it was just a little second grader, and he was a little prick, a little light skinned motherfucker, a little albino bastard. He was a prick. Him and his fucking sister was weird. I mean, one time I was sitting there, his sister literally sat on my leg and peed on me. I'm sitting on the fucking ground. And stuff like that, looking through my fucking binder and stuff like that. I used to collect cards since I was.
Yeah, that was Pokemon then.
Pokemon, Digimon, you know, all that shit.
She sat on your leg.
She literally sat on my leg.
What she have on a dress?
No, she had no shorts. She sat on my leg and peed on me and started laughing. I'm like, man, you better get your sister, man.
But she pissed on herself.
Yes. And you know, in Marcy Center, in the gate,
yeah,
I was sitting there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he had Pokemon cards. He had a lot of good ass Pokemon cards. I'm like, I need to get these Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what done. We didn't even move them for money or nothing like that. But I would trade them every now and then for Game Boy games and Game Boy systems.
Right.
So I knew that there's some value here. You know what I'm saying? If people willing to trade me a game system for some cardboards, I need to get more cardboard. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah. So one day I had just went to try to get some card from Keith. Well, his name was Keith. So I went down there and stuff like that and tried to get the cardboard from him and shit like that.
Stop saying people's name on here.
Why?
Trying to get a suit?
Man, motherfucker, I don't even know his last name.
So what? he gonna come back slander.
Okay.
You know, today we're not as big as what we want to be. But
Okay.
tomorrow we might be.
Okay.
And people gonna see this stuff.
Well, that light skinned bastard, whoever the hell he is, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm using colorism. Yeah, but he was a prick. But you know, the crazy part about this guy, he was fast than a motherfucker. Now I thought I was fast when I was a kid and shit like that. No, this motherfucker Usain Bolt, he was fast as shit, and he could jump gates. He was definitely a mutant. He was not human. So I came from down there and stuff like that. So I'm walking. I see Robert and Chris, and they talking. So like, oh man, I need to get my game back. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, I'm like, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, nothing like that. Are you Chris? And he's like, yeah, because he has just showed me a Pokemon Blue with a level 189 Blastoise. And I'm like, 189?
Cheat masses. I remember that, the cheat codes.
The unknown, you know what I'm saying? The missing note, rather.
Yeah.
I was like, 189 Blastoise? I'm like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Man, took out my whole team. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he soloed me with that one fucking Pokemon. I'm like, oh man. So yeah, they talking like, man, I gotta get my stuff back. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, excuse me, I don't be meaning to your business, Chris. You know, yeah, I'm like, you got a Pokemon game, Pokemon Blue? Like, yeah, I'm like, because they were saying like, yeah,
man, you going into listen.
But I'm telling the fuckers how much time we got left.
We got time. But I was going somewhere with this.
What? How many minutes is it? I can't see.
Man,
at 51 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus. Man, I've just been talking my ass.
Yes, you've been talking.
Anyway, yeah. But anyway, we went in there, knocked the beat on the door. So Mama answered the what's and I just told her, like, hey, yeah, I just seen that he got this guy's game system and stuff like that. And he was like, no, I ain't got it. I'm like, I literally just came from down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she like, go get stuff. I'm gonna beat your ass. And he gave him the game back and said, and we walked back to it because they had to walk past our career to get to their career.
Right.
We started rapping and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then that's how we became friends.
Okay, back to what I was saying before he went in a very long origin story that nobody ever
Well,
wanted.
you never know.
I didn't know that part.
You know what I'm saying?
You could have gave it like this real short explanation to it, but you did.
But I just did.
Sure. Anyway, he asked. He presented a question. He was like, as a man, when people take you there, which means take you part out of your comfort zone into that level of danger, which is violence as a man. Do you know when to cut it on and turn it off? And do you need assistance taking it off? Or how do you deal with situations where it becomes threatening and you have to show a different side of you? And I had to think about it for a second. You know, initially I gave an answer, but it really was like in the moment answering something. It was a reflex opposed to really internalizing it and then figuring out.
It was answering the reply, not comprehend.
Correct, absolutely. So I took some time to really think about it for a second. Like, there's been situations where I've been in situations where people took me to, that danger zone, and it takes a very long time for me personally to turn it back off because I'm ready then. And so that's why, and I told him, even then, look, if I don't know a person's first or last name, I don't even argue with them. I don't care what they say because they cannot take me to a point. But there has been situations in the past where, it becomes a thing where it's almost life-threatening if you don't respond in kind. Growing up where we've grown up.
Well, that's how war is. It's a war of attrition.
Absolutely.
You know when a motherfucker come at you, you gotta make it. I
tell people, if you burn my house, I'm burning your village.
You gotta make it. You gotta go so far where they understand and stuff like that. That this ain't a fight no more. This not a fight.
Yeah.
A fight. There's fairness. You know what I'm saying? There's fairness in a fight.
There's rules to it.
You know what I'm saying? When it's combat for survival, it's about any means.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Fair is a human. That's a human construct. There's no such thing as fair in nature.
It's fittest.
You know what I'm saying? Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So And fair is not. No, I thought it was a fair fight. Fair fight. The fuck? You
Right. You didn't throw around rules of engagement.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I mean? So it's like
you ever see a lion and a fucking wildebeest? Like, hey, no kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just use your mouth.
You know, no kicks. All right. You know, you don't never see that.
Yeah. So
it's either you ready for it or you ain't.
Absolutely. So I mean, as a man, you have to understand, especially when you're protecting yourself or the people you love, how far you're willing to take it, and are you going to regret it afterwards? Because I think that's what really what it was boiling down to. It's like, okay, if you take it to the abyss, where do you come out on the other side, and what are the results of that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We always a little intoxicated at the time, so having this conversation, it was really like he kept asking the question in different ways.
He really wanted some answers.
Yeah, he wanted some answers.
Yeah,
and I think what it was is it really wasn't an answer that he was looking for. I think really what it was is he was trying to get his thoughts wrapped around it too. It's like, where do he fall in terms of other people's answers? Because it was compare and contrast.
I'm pretty sure. Even though he said it was somebody else, it was him.
It was him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's like, hey, Doc. I got a friend. You know what I'm saying? When he pee, his little flame come out the tip. Not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's my friend.
It's my friend. You know what I'm saying?
He wanted me to ask you this for him.
Yeah.
He couldn't come in today, but if you give me the answer word for word, he will hear it.
Can you print it out for me?
Give me the medicine, I'll take it, and then he'll take it in terms. So I think it was more so like that. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna listen to this, but listen, man. Like we said that night, you're not just living for yourself anymore.
And that's what I told him. Like, yeah, like I ain't got shit to live for. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to say that. You don't have other people to live for. See, his thing is he has offspring. He has kids. So he it's not only him.
So that's what I told him. Like, that right there is the reason for you to control yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason for you to have some restraints.
Oh yeah.
Because decisions you make impact them.
Right. And how do that affect them? And how do you protect them behind bars?
Mm-hmm. How do you provide and protect them when you locked up?
Absolutely.
Because there's all kind of pitfalls that are gonna say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a matter of time before this happens. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
We don't get a blank slate when we're born.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. And look at the camera. Come on, do it.
Should ask, is this okay while you doing it? Like, this okay? You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know what I'm saying? If you can, record it.
Yeah, that's how you get it. Hey, baby, we're going to do something kinky today.
You know why are
your phone on tripod? No.
I need you to look at the camera and say, I'm okay with this. You know what I'm saying?
In situations where you find yourself regretting your decisions, it should be when you make it out on the other side, because think about it, all of us have been in situations where at the time we thought they were dire or it was world changing, and we made it out, and you're still here. So if you're watching this, you've made it out of a situation where at the time initially you didn't think it was going to come out in a positive way, but it has, because you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You take those as learning tools. You take those as wisdom. That's what wisdom is. Having situations upon you, coming out and learning something for it so that you can evaluate it and get it right the next time.
A wise man has been a fool for a long time.
Absolutely. So don't be a fool all of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take a stance and be able to teach somebody else from your. That's what I used to love, the old head, yeah, young blood, and then it's like this motherfucker has lived. He has lived. If
that's why people be like, man, you so wise. Like, nah, I fucked up a lot. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, yeah, Yeah. Let's not move like that ever again. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So remember that. Please like, share, subscribe. Present your questions because we definitely love to hear them. We love to talk about them and have
we can have an open discussion.
dialogue. Yeah, we want a dialogue. This is not a one-sided thing. We want a community. We're building a community here. So with that being said, I'm Q.
I'm Teddy.
And thank you for visiting the farm. Bing. End.
Yeah.